Hello everybody, I'm so happy today to be with you in this video because in the video I will show you it's a few questions I had for quite a long time. I really wanted to make this video to make it clear. It's a question in React related to the onClick or onBlur, basically on the events. It could be, onClick, onChange, onBlur, and so on. And if we need to omit or not the arguments, so the parameters we mentioned to a function we call, is if we have to call it as a anonymous function or not, or directly the function without the parentheses. Sometimes we need parentheses, sometimes not. So again, why not? In what reason we have to, in what context do we have to do this? Well, it's so many questions, and I understand it's quite hard to find online. Even with ChatGPT, actually, I just did it for a student who was asking me, and it's not clear. So I wanted to shoot this video because in this video, you will finally have all of the answers for you. Why do I have to mention the arguments when I use an event? Why do I have to mention the event function sometimes? Why sometimes do I have to mention the argument and sometimes not, even though that function is calling the argument from the event? I know it can be confusing. So let's start. And for doing so, actually, we'll start by doing a basic app. I will use Vite for that, Vite, but you can also use Create React App, the CRA, Create React App, so CRA. In my case, Vite is better, so I will use Vite. And I will use, if you wonder why it's better, well, I suggest you to have a look online, but basically it's much faster and better for the maintenance in the long term. And I will just do like test. So that's my, I will just clear, oh yeah, I will do that now. So let's do npm, create Vite latest. And here to be example React event, for instance, and there I will use, as you can see, the template. So I will do template because I want my app to be in React.js, TypeScript, and it's really nice because with npm create we can mention that. So React.js, be careful. I think this is actually not needed all the time. I need to double check that. But basically, I always mention template React.js. But I think later on, it might, I need to check. But I think it will always be for TypeScript. But as you can see here, I still have options. I don't have to select React anyway. But in our case, we want React. So we don't want Vue or just vanilla JavaScript. If you wonder what's vanilla JavaScript, it's just plain JavaScript without any frameworks. That's not the name of a library, it's just plain JavaScript. Vue, React, and then we have Preact, and Svelte and other libraries. And in my case, only TypeScript. I will not use SMC. If you wonder, just have a look online, but it's a little bit more complex. For this video, let's keep it simple, only speaking about the events. Otherwise, we can speak forever. But at some point, I want to save you your time, and you are here for the events. So that's why we just speak about the events for today. I will maybe do another video about SMC another time. So here, let's just do CD. It's nice because it will just show you, Vite will just show you the steps you can do. So here, npm install. You can also use the shortcut npm I, which is nice too. And so here we just need to wait for the dependencies to be installed. Nearly there, actually. Oh, here we are. So just mix a little bit my rice. Awesome. And here npm run dev. So let's see already. That's like the basic app. So we can just go there. I will use Safari for this example. And you see, that's it. So this is our basic app, and now let's speak about events. And actually, they already have a button. As you can see, that's like the sample app they offer to us. So let's open VS Code. Why not? Visual Studio Code, and here I will go in the source folder, so source src, and here I will go to the app.tsx. You can notice that is tsx and not just .jsx, and tsx is because it's TypeScript. Normally, if you use JavaScript with React, for those template files with React, it will be JSX. But here is TXX, so we know it's TypeScript. All right. That's here. That's the one we want. So here we'll just do click. Let's rename to click here. I will remove the unnecessary things. I don't want this. Oh, let's just have the closing div, and here I don't want this either. So here we just do show example React event. We say onClick, for instance. Why not? But it can be also onChange and other things, but in our case it's easier onClick. So we just need to run again the server npm run dev. As you can see, if you check in the package.json, so you can do command P to search for a file. So in our case, it's package.json, and here, if we go to script, you see dev, it will call vit. And this is what we do by doing npm run dev. No, that one. So awesome. So we have the server, so we can refresh. You see, I have changed it, and now we don't have any style sheets anymore because I have removed it, actually, because we don't need this, you know. We still have the CSS file, but actually we don't even have to import it anymore. So we just remove it, and the SVG file, we don't need it anymore because we removed the logo. So I will remove it as well, just to make it simple. Some cleanup here, and then that's the interesting part. So here, I will just change the onClick to onClick. Okay, let's do onClick. Very simple. And here I will have a function, const onClick, and then I will have a alert hello world. Why not? It's nice, isn't it? So let's have this, and here it will call onClick. So here we don't need any parentheses, because otherwise it will call directly, it will trigger directly the function. You can try actually. You see, it calls automatically. Because we have the parentheses, it will trigger, it will call the function, and it will execute the function. If I remove the parentheses, it will just mention the reference to the function without calling it until we click on the button. That's very important to understand. I click, boom, I have the alert. Actually, I will still mention the CSS because it doesn't look that great. So now it's at least centered. So you see, now, thanks to cart actually, if I move that one here, yeah, that will be perfect. And you see, so here, I'll just format a little bit my code. Oops, perfect. So here, you see, only when I click, I have the hello world. Now, what about if I have a e here, and we can actually add the, I have it here, I think, yes, the React change HTML input. I will just import them. We can add it, or maybe even, oh yeah, sorry, here, E, and then, oh, I think I made a mistake. It's only one. Yeah, it should be like this. Awesome. So now I just need to import. Yeah, I will do E, and here target.value. Of course, I will need here a button. Yeah, that should be because the value. And here why it says, oh yeah, no. Yeah, actually it's not the right type. Let's see. What type should it be? Let's not add any type, let's do any here, actually. It's, yeah, that way it's better. And let's just execute this one again. We have nothing, yes. And here, if I do input, it will be type equals text, and then it will be onBlur, and here it should be, yeah, let's probably do that, and no button. So let's just refresh this. I will add something, and you see, I see the value from actually the field, you know, the field, I see the value. However, I didn't mention any arguments. You can see it's a little bit noisy, and I will see if I can, hopefully, I'm so sorry for the noise. I will maybe just move a little bit because it's a little bit noisy. So let's just move here. Hopefully it will be more quiet. You know, that's the, I forgot one chopstick. Awesome. You see, that's the only difference. You have onClick, and then if I mention here, I can also, of course, mention the function. I will call the function as an anonymous function, and this will exactly be the same. I will just remove my data type here for now. I have, oh, it's companion actually, isn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, focus element, HTML input element. Okay, that's apparently the right type it expects. Awesome. So at least I'm happy, because so that way you can see as well. You can have a better code. And here, you see, now I'm calling the function as an anonymous function. But this is exactly the same. I mention a name like Pierre. It will call Pierre. So as soon as I leave the field onBlur, it will call Pierre. So here I can actually have a placeholder, your name, and I can do P here, and here could be label, yeah, your name, and then I just need here ID name. Awesome. That way it looks better. And you see, as soon as I do Pierre, I see my name. But again, that one, because by definition it will call event, it doesn't need, we don't need to do that. We can only do this onClick. Of course, here it's like, can be onBlur, can be function. The name can be anything. That can be like display name. That can be the name. So don't worry, the name here doesn't matter. It's just the name of a function. It doesn't have to be onBlur or onBlur, or for before it was onClick. It doesn't have to. So here, display name, again, I save it, and it does exactly the same. Now, if I want to have here name, and here to be a string, and here, if I just want to display name, or maybe like hello, I will use literal template. So if you are looking on the internet, template string in JS, it's actually having ticks, template literals, using ticks, and so I can actually interpret the variables. So thanks to the template literals, it allows me to have interpolation, and interpolation is to allow us to call those variables, for instance. So here to be name inside of the string. So if I do hello, my name, now, oh, it's a lowercase here, the type. Now I need actually, I cannot call my function like that. I need to, on purpose, I need to purposely mention here e dot, and here to be target dot value, to mention the value of the field. So target value is the value of that field. And now it will display my name. But there you can see, because by definition, if you don't mention the argument of the function, it will be event. So E to be event. So it will be the event we have. In our case, because here it does expect the string of the name, or the value of the field, then I need to mention E, or we can have parentheses. We can omit them because there is only one argument. So when there is only one argument with a function in JavaScript, a lambda function, I can just do like this. Otherwise, if there are more than one, of course, then it will be like this, and another one. But in our case, it's just like that. And then e.target.value, and we mention we want the value of the field. And so here it does work too. Oops, I will just close that one. Pierre Henry, you see, hello Pierre Henry. That does work. That's fantastic. Now, the last one I want to show it to you. If I want to only call, for instance, the argument, one argument, but it will be a hard-coded string. Hard-coded because I will write my name here. Then again, what I need here, we just have name like this. Here again, I need to mention the argument of the function because I want to hard-code my name there. But I cannot call like this. Again, I need the lambda. So I need to do this. Or I can just do like that, actually. I don't need to use event because we will not use event. I don't have to use the event of the form. So just like this, and that will work too. I can actually mention anything in the field. It doesn't matter because it's hard-coded anyway. You see, hello Pierre Henry. And actually it can be onClick here. And we can change to, again, a button. Button. I can remove this. I can remove that. And here, click to show my name, for instance, and then button. And now I refresh, click to show my name, I press hello Pierre Henry. So you see, that's the difference. Sometimes we believe beginners are a bit confused because they believe either they always have to mention as a lambda function. When we use event, we don't always have to mention like this. You would see in a lot of code base something like that. But here it does again use the event. It does again use like e.target.value, the value of the field, and here let's again add the type. We see a lot of code like this. But actually this is redundant because by default it will be event. So we can just do like this. And it will be exactly the same. Now, if it does expect a different value, or like I said, the string, well, if here it's name, and then if we change to string, and here it will be name, then I have to mention like onBlur, I have to mention like this. Or it can be event. Again, the name here, it doesn't really matter. It can be event, can be anything. But then I have to mention display name. And that's very important to reuse the same event dot target dot value. And that will be, again, it will display. You see, hello FFF. You see, so that's the main difference. So I hope it's clear now. So you can see, I hope it helps. Again, if I want to have it hard-coded, then I need to mention this, but then I don't have to mention the event or the variable basically. I don't have to mention the argument because it will not be used here. So this is actually unused. So I can just leave it empty, so it will be no arguments for that lambda function, that anonymous function. There will be no arguments, and we call it a anonymous function because once again there's no name of that function. This is a function. It's like we do like my name, so not anonymous anymore, and then equals, it's exactly the same as this. But because we use it anonymously, we call it anonymous like this. Again, you can do that, but it's redundant because we will not use event here. Now, if I want to use the value, then I have to keep this, or event, or, you know, like argument. But usually it's a standard to have e or event field. Could be like this. But usually e, and then e dot target dot value. As simple as that. And now, again, that does work. Henry, hello Henry. I hope this video helps. And I wish you all the best. If you wish to see other projects I build during my spare time, just feel free to follow me and to see my projects on my GitHub. So my GitHub is ph-7, so ph-7. And I wish you all the best. Happy coding.